The last branch in the precision tree is the combat branch. The combat runes give your champion a percentage boost to their damage output for fulfilling certain conditions. In this video, I'll be talking about Coup de Grace, Cut Down, and Last Stand, and when your champion will be taking them in the primary or secondary tree. The first rune is Coup de Grace. Deal 8% increased damage to champions below 40% max HP. This rune is a general use rune for squishy champions or champions that have percent missing HP damage like Kale. The reason that this rune would be taken over Last Stand is because on most ranged champions and squishy melees, you're either going to be at max HP or 0 HP, without much time in between, whereas bruisers and tanks could be at sub 60% HP for an entire fight. The other use for Coup de Grace is for champions with missing HP damage. The reason for this is self-explanatory, but Last Stand can be subbed in on champions that are fairly tanky like Lee Sin. Overall, a very simple rune that gives a consistent boost no matter the champion. The next rune is Cut Down. Deal 5 to 15% more damage to champions based on how much more max HP they have compared to your champion. Damage scales linearly against enemies with 10% to 100% more max HP than you. This is a very niche rune taken on few champions, and is the hardest rune to get value from. However, when it is active, it's very strong. Champions with low base HP that also don't build HP, such as Yuumi or Senna, can take this rune to boost their damage against melee champs. This rune has some use on most ranged champions into 4 or 5 bruisers or tanks. For example, into a Sion, Zac, Galio, Ezreal, Nautilus team, Cut Down might be a solid choice. Overall, if the enemy team has a lot of champions that have 10% or more max HP than you, then Cut Down could be a solid option. The last rune in the branch is Last Stand. Deal 5 to 11% increased damage to champions while you're below 60% health, scaling linearly and caps out at 30% health. This rune is a general use rune for champions that build HP or resistances. It's also good on champions that can stay on very low HP for a long time like Warwick or Tryndamere. Surprisingly, this rune is also taken on Karthus because in his passive form he's considered at 0% HP and so he gets the full 11% bonus. Generally, if your champion can survive at sub 60% HP for a long time, then Last Stand will be worth taking over Coup de Grace. To conclude, Coup de Grace should be taken on champions with percent missing health damage or champions that get blown up instantly. Cut Down should be taken if the enemy team has a lot of tanks or bruisers or if your champion has very low base HP. And Last Stand should be taken on champions that build HP or have the ability to stay alive for a long period of time at low HP. Thank you for watching.